Now, we're delighted tonight that the Vice Lord Lieutenant is here with us. And I would now like to invite him up onto the stage to say a few words. You're welcome.
Thank you all very much on this lovely evening. Thank you to Lord Mayor of Manchester for being here, to James and to Julian and to Lem. Thank you, Lem. And obviously to Nancy too. It gives me the greatest pleasure to share this inspirational evening with you all tonight in this magnificent building. A jewel in Manchester's heritage crown, I think. It's so magnificent, isn't it? I think it's wonderful. For those of you who are wondering what a Vice Lord Lieutenant does, let me first explain something about the Greater Manchester Lieutenancy. Greater Manchester is one of 55 lieutenancies in England and Wales that exist to support communities and community engagement. We are effectively the eyes and the ears of the Crown in the county. So it's a wonderful responsibility. The Lord Lieutenant, who many of you will know, is a gentleman called Warren Smith, who is very familiar with the university and attends many events here. And he is the Queen's representative in the county. And he is assisted in his duties by around 70 deputy lieutenants. Some of those deputies are here this evening. Atia, who was speaking earlier, and Arimba, who was part of the judging panel for one of the categories earlier on. And of course, your President and Vice-Chancellor Nancy is also a Deputy Lieutenant of Greater Manchester. Now, my role as Vice Lord Lieutenant is to assist the Lord Lieutenant in the performance of his duties, and they're very wide and varied. And they include escorting royal visitors across the county when they visit, to presenting honours to very worthy individuals who have worked hard to be recognised. And a key part of our work, an important part of our work, is to give a view on the civic and social life of the city. And it's a huge city, as you all know, with a tremendous amount of great work going on. We promote the Queen's Awards for voluntary service, the Queen's Award for Enterprise, which is a business award, as you know, and we are always looking out for very worthy individuals who have worked hard enough to be recognised with the UK National Honour. And we're also very busy with citizenship ceremonies. So it is absolutely appropriate that myself and my colleagues here this evening come here to share with you what has been a wonderful celebration. So much incredible social impact, so much energy, so much enthusiasm, so many good things helping so many people. There's a lot to be very happy about, I think. And this wonderful university has made that possible, and you should all feel very proud of that. And in the past year, from widening participation in some of the initiatives to women in science, which we've heard about, from sustainability to disability, from social justice to the miscarriage of justice, and from Malawi to Miles Platting. The breadth, I think we'll all agree, is quite breathtaking, and I know that what we've seen tonight really only scratches the surface of what's really going on, and these are merely the highlights of a much bigger picture. In recent times, there's been a great deal of talk about the civic role of universities certainly in the past year, as if this is something new, and it's something that universities need to somehow rediscover. But this couldn't be further from the truth, could it? At least for this university. As England's first civic university in the 19th century, the University of Manchester has maintained true to its roots. And it's reflected most visibly in the commitment given to social responsibility, be that here on campus, across the region, or even around the world. At a time when we face some of the biggest political, health, social and environmental challenges of our time, it is even more important for the people in universities that their staff, their students and alumni to be harnessing their talents, which we know you do, and harnessing those resources for the wider benefit of society. And as Vice Lord Lieutenant of Greater Manchester, I wanted to formally record my gratitude to all of you and to the university, and my sincere thanks to everyone at this great university who makes your commitment to this social responsibility a reality through the way that you engage, the way that you inspire, and the way that you involve the public in your work. Communicating these stories, as we all know, can act as a catalyst for more impact, and it is inspirational for other people to observe what is going on here. And so, by way of conclusion, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the premiere of a new video that will be shared far and wide digitally, which shares the human impact stories of 3 important initiatives to this university. The Works Employment Initiative, the School Governor Initiative, which I had the personal pleasure of assessing for a coveted Queen's Award when I came here 3 years ago, and the School Governors Initiative, as you may know, was successful in gaining a coveted Queen's Award for voluntary service, and I think I'm right in saying it was 3 years ago. Tremendous achievement. And finally, we'll see and hear about the Equity and Merit Scholarships. Thank you for a wonderful evening.
The University of Manchester is unique in British higher education for having social responsibility as one of our core goals. We seek to make a difference through our teaching, research and public engagement activities on campus, in our local communities and across the world.
In Manchester, there are a number of unemployed people where there is a huge skills gap. The Works is an employer-led, community-based hub in which we provide local people with support around skills and employability.
There is that fear of, am I good enough? Am I going to be able to make it? I grew up in Hume, 15 minutes walk from the university, depending on how quick you walk. They were always there to kind of back me up and say, right, so this is where you go from here, which helped me kind of think, okay, I could do this.
We've helped over 4,000 people from the local Manchester area into employment. It has helped the local economy with a rough estimate of about £60.4 million.
An employment opportunity came from the University of Manchester, and it was to work in the admin role that I always wanted to do. So I went for it.
We're also keen to make a difference to the schools in our region and nationally, and we have a programme which gives staff an opportunity to take governor positions in local or national schools.
For us as a school, it is a real challenge getting the right people to engage with school governance and want to be part of the process. And the right person coming along and being part of the team, it can be make or break for us.
I think the School Governor Initiative is a really, really worthwhile scheme. It's allowed me to do something that I've always been interested in doing, and it makes a real difference because it puts staff into schools where governors are often in short supply.
We were really pleased by how positively our staff and alumni received this initiative. We've really led the way on this agenda at the University of Manchester by becoming the first university to create more than 1,000 governors amongst our committed staff and alumni bodies.
We're based here in Manchester and we have a commitment to our city, but also we do world-leading research which is tackling some of the biggest issues of our day. Equity and Merit is our premier international signature programme which assists talented but economically disadvantaged people into courses here in the university.
Manchester's got more international students than anywhere else in the UK, and that diversity really helps our teaching and our research as well. But Olivier brings a very specific experience because he comes from a working laboratory.
I was working in blood transfusion service in Rwanda. Rwanda is actually aspiring to be the hub of healthcare in Africa. This scholarship is going to change my life because I'm acquiring first-hand information from researchers who are leading in this field. So having this knowledge, I know that I can make the difference in Rwanda.
Social responsibility, I think, is about why we do the work we do. It's the motivation, it's the inspiration about wanting to make a difference through our work.
It's highlighted things that I knew I was capable of and that I'm able to now do. It's gave me that confidence of being a mother and being able to set an example for my children.
I think social responsibility is really important in the university. It underpins everything we do, whether that's teaching, research, the way we run the institution.
Helping countries like Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia is something that will help the lives of citizens of those countries.
Everybody has a responsibility to those around them. That support can mean a difference between somebody being isolated and unemployed for a longer period of time to them moving on and becoming more confident and make a difference to their lives.
Social responsibility will continue to be at the core of this university. It's the best part for me of higher education, explaining that we are intimately connected to our local communities and make a difference there.
Vice Lord Lieutenant, thank you very much for those kind words and for joining us this evening. Now, James might be slightly confused because in his own version of the schedule, he was just asking me there, I'm not supposed to be here, but the reason I'm stood here is that in case you didn't know this is sadly James's fifth but final event as Vice President for Social Responsibility. After this summer, many of you know that James is standing down as our Vice President to pursue some really exciting research opportunities over the next stage of his career. I know his wife, Debbie, has kindly joined us at the back, and I think she's going to also become accustomed to some slightly longer holidays, we hope, once James has his new role. On a personal note, James, you've been with me since the beginning on social responsibility as Associate Dean in the Faculty of Humanities, as Associate Vice President, and also as Vice President. And without getting too emotional, working with you has been a real highlight of my career. I will say that. It's been fun, it's been really hard work, but it's been a real pleasure to see the difference that you've been able to make to this agenda. You've really made a real and lasting difference. So here's what a random selection of colleagues had to say about you.
Hi James, thank you so much for your great contributions, not just to social responsibility where you have made a real difference, but to the university more widely. Very best wishes in your future endeavours, but by the way, I'm not going to be leaving you alone. Thanks.
Hi James, I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for social responsibility at the University of Manchester over these last few years and specifically for all the help you've given me over the last 4 years, both when working in social responsibility and in all those other things that we've worked on together. It's been a long time since we did Hollywood film in the 1980s in this university, but it only feels like a few minutes.
Hi James, you have been inspirational. Thank you for all your leadership over the years in SR. You've been calm, collected, and in the most in control. Good luck for the future. Thank you so much.
Hi James, thank you for all the support you've given to the BAME Staff Network and to myself personally over the years. It's been a great honour and pleasure working with you. Good luck and all the very best for the future.
James, thank you for looking after me in my first year at the Whitworth. You've been an absolute rock. Thank you also for shepherding me, introducing me into the university, but doing so with a mischievous smile and an appetite for concocting imaginative ideas and possibilities for what we might do together with the university. So My first thought is don't go, but on the other hand, I'm looking forward to seeing you every day here at the Whitworth, working with me in the Worthington room, concocting new, wacky, crazy ideas for what might happen next.
Hi James, just wanted to say enjoyed every second working with you. Thank you so much for your leadership, your support, for everything that you've done personally for me, but also for the environmental sustainability agenda. So the team and I just want to say a big thank you. We're really going to miss you. There's so much we can say. We've had fun. It's been at times challenging, hasn't it, trying to get some things through, but we got there and we've done it, and now the hard work starts. So we'll come and find you, come for cups of teas and coffees and chats. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi James, I just want to say thank you for all your support, enthusiasm and words of wisdom. You've truly made a difference to equality and diversity at this university, and I wish you the very best of luck with whatever you decide to do in place of social responsibility.
James, it's been great working with you on the university's history and heritage. Your thoughtfulness and integrity have made a real impact. Now, as I keep delving into the university's past, I wish you every success with your future.
Dear James, many thanks for your excellent leadership of the social responsibility goal, and many thanks for leaving us the goal in such a brilliant shape, top in Europe for addressing the Sustainable Development Goals, and a gold charter mark for public engagement. Excellent, many thanks.
So James, I wanted to say a huge thank you for the last year, for appointing me, but mostly for your vision. I'm going to miss your brain, I'm going to miss our conversations, I'm going to miss your challenge and support and your care. And I know you're not going far, and I really hope that we're going to work together lots in the future, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do. I wish you well, and I think your contribution's been extraordinary.
Hi James, at a time when people were leaving the northern eastern provinces of Sri Lanka in their drones due to the escalating war, you were one of the very few people who chose to go there and spend part of your sabbatical leave with the affected people of Jaffna and Batticaloa, thereby putting people like me to shame. We at FBMH will certainly miss your inspiring leadership and guidance.
Thank you James for all your support and help over your tenure of the social responsibility role. We're really grateful to you from the Cultural Institution at Jodrell Bank. Not only for your work supporting us in things of Blue Dot and our wonderful education programme, but also the World Heritage Site process, which has been such a challenge over the last few years. And it's been great to have you as a fellow traveller with us, helping us along the way. So thank you and good luck with the next exciting things that you're going to do with your life.
James, it's been such a privilege to be able to work with you these last few years. I've learned such a lot from working with you, and I've really appreciated the mentoring that you've given me as I've grown in my role from senior lecturer through to prof, and all the support and enthusiasm you've shown for us developing the public engagement agenda together. And remember, if you ever do want to come and see the lab and see all those parasites, the door is always open.
I feel a bit like the Prime Minister stood here doing this, presuming Theresa May's still in power, of course, by the time you see this. James, what can I say about you? Thanks very much for everything you've done for social responsibility. I can't believe you're abandoning us to go and become a proper academic again. There's two things I'd say about you. First of all, you're somebody that has enormous respect and integrity from people right across the institution, whether that's your academic colleagues, your professional services colleagues, or people in the cultural institutions, and that's been really important for our agenda and is something you really epitomise. Secondly, I think it's safe to say you're the only Vice President I know of that has a tattoo. So in all seriousness, thank you very much, James. You've been brilliant for the social responsibility agenda, and good luck with everything in the next stage of your career.
The University of Manchester has how we engage as an institution with our local and international.
Without moving your feet.
Yeah.
So we don't get any noise.
Then can we do some surfing on the back? Okay, right. The living campus, responsible purchasing, travel, energy, waste, and finally water. Each idiot, idio, each idiot, oh, waste, and finally water. Each idiot, for some reason I'm reading video as an idiot. Each vid. Want to do it again?
Sorry about that, James. My staff said, should we put that out live on YouTube straight afterwards? You can all get a link, MAD Awards, to that video, so please retweet that widely. I took executive responsibility for that. People said, should they check with James first? I said, no. I know him well enough. He's got a good sense of humour. You've given out loads of awards. We think, don't we, that James deserves his own Making a Difference awards. Do we? Yeah. So it gives me great pleasure for Chancellor Lemsasay to come over. Go and get your own Making a Difference award, please.
Oh dear. Well, that's not what it said here. Thank you ever so much. I'm now going to say the word idiot frequently. I'm very, very proud of this. I have been immensely proud to lead this, I can't clearly speak now, immensely proud to lead. And to lead. I've been immensely proud to lead this agenda for the last so many years. But it's only been possible with an amazing team of professional colleagues, academic colleagues, professional services colleagues, and also the inspiring work that is done across this university. From my point of view, social responsibility is why we do this. It's why I became an academic. The idea of trying to make a difference to the wider world, whether it's just immediately here in Manchester or way beyond. So I've been very proud to lead this agenda. I won't go far. People can come and find me. It sounds like from the video some people are going to come and find me, even for a coffee. So thank you very much for that deeply embarrassing set of videos. But I also, and I'm going to end, and I'm going to go back to the script. And I'm going back to, I'm going to go back to the script just to say thank you to everyone who's made this event possible. Thank you to all the winners and all those people who entered this exercise. And thank you to all the judges who did such amazing work to make it happen. I'd like to thank our guests, the Vice Lord Lieutenant and the Lord Mayor. I'd like to thank particularly, I was going to thank the AV colleagues. But I now know some of those AV colleagues had that blooper tape, and that's a couple of years old. So I'm really no thank you to the tech AV people. Yes, thank you to the catering, University of Manchester Catering, for feeding and watering us all through the evening. And finally, thanks to the amazing Office for Social Responsibility team, Julian and all my colleagues, who've made this a fantastic agenda to be working on, and of course made this an amazing event. Thank you very much. Travel safely and see you again soon. Thank you.